See if this is gonna work. Live streaming. Okay, it's working. Let's see.
Tell us about her and what kind of support she requires. So my daughter Millie just turned 25. She has a beautiful smile, a contagious giggle, and a lot of friends. She's also multiply disabled. She left alone. I'm a widow. I work full time for a foundation based in New York, and I need 24/7 caregivers to help manage her scheduled shifts. Coming from the state of California and for Medicaid. What about you? How much did you pay out of
Super glue.
when she was in? Well, out of pocket, it was flights back and forth, Ubers, various things that I had to pay, and then all the bills that I had to cover that I was eventually reimbursed for. But we also had caregivers for my mom, and the cost when we started was about $3,000 a week for 24/7 coverage at home. And also while she was in the facility, because the response times weren't what we needed for her, because she was completely incapacitated. She couldn't even ring the bell at certain times. And so we needed
Anybody showing up yet? Nope. Are we still alive? Yep, we are.
But then if things got complicated as her care situation went on, people needed vacations. Sometimes we needed double coverage because they couldn't move her. One person couldn't move her. So by the time we were finished, and my mom passed away, we were up to over $4,000 a month, which was covered partially by her long-term care insurance and partially out of her savings. One of the main reasons you wrote your book, My Mother's Story, is because you wanted to offer concrete information about the financial realities of caregiving. In your opinion, what do you think is missing?
Hello there, and welcome to the stream. Building fishing lures. Hey, alright, we got 5 viewers here. Let's hope the signal holds. I'm out in the garage. Don't get the best signal out here. Welcome to the stream. Hey, Zone. What are you building? Building fishing lures. I carved these pieces out of wood, painted them up, finished them with some UV resin, and now I'm just finishing the hardware. Got a couple of them here that I'm at this stage right now. Finishing building these buggers. Got a couple other completed ones. They're actually stowed away in the box. If you hang out long enough, I'll pull them out and I'll show and tell those ones. Hey, welcome to the stream. Drop a comment and tell me where you're watching from. I'm here in mid-Michigan. It's getting cold. Getting used to it though. Alright, that's a good dry fit there. I'm going to pull it back out, add some super glue, and then put it back in. Just wanted to make sure it fit before I put the super glue on. Where are you watching from, Zone, if you're still there?
Earlier this year, we discussed what the Trump administration's cuts to Medicaid mean for caregivers. Over over 8 million family caregivers rely on Medicaid for their own health care coverage. And so with new work requirements, there are going to be new administrative hurdles that family caregivers are going to have to navigate to qualify for health care coverage on the
Canada. Right on.
administrative hurdles that they're navigating for a care.
Well, wherever you are in Canada, it's probably even colder than it is here in Michigan. I just moved back to Michigan from Arizona. Which section of Canada are you in? I got some friends up there in Quebec. I've only been across the border into Toledo. Is that Toledo or Toronto? Which one is on the other side of the Detroit River from Detroit? Because that's where I've been. Is that Toledo or Toronto? I'm sorry, I'm confused on my Canadian geographics. I haven't looked at that on the map in a while.
Difference between Medicaid and Medicare and what these programs do and don't cover when it comes to caregiving costs. Earlier this year, you can find that discussion at thewedding.org. We're talking to personal finance expert Beth Pensker, national correspondent at
Good.
Emily Peck, and Danilyn Rutherford, an anthropologist and caregiver for her disabled adult daughter. And we want to hear from you. If you're a caregiver, what has caring for a loved one cost you? And what questions do you have?
I'm gonna have to go back and put a little bit of UV resin. Seal that up so no water can get inside. Make it look nicer too. Let's see who's talking. Fishing with Samuel. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, making fishing lures, bro. Here, I'll open up the box and I'll show you a couple of the ones I've already finished. Here's a fun bluegill crankbait. It's all wood, oak wood. It's got a hollow belly there with some lead balls inside. Gives it a good rattle. It's got a good rattle effect. It's a floater. It floats with just its back barely hanging up out of the surface. And it dives pretty quick once you start pulling it in. Dives quick, but floats back up nice and slow. So that one. This is my very first one. Oh, we're down to one viewer now. Whoever you are, thanks for hanging out. This is the first one that I built. I got a whole video. I'm documenting the process of how I built this one here and how I almost lost it. Check it out on the channel. There's more in there, but I'll pull them out little by little to share. I want to keep working here.
Tonight, partly to mostly cloudy. Mid-Michigan should be dry, but rain and snow showers are expected farther north. Lows between 29 and 34 or 1 Celsius. WCMU.org and on the WCMU app.
Support for NPR comes from this station and from the Walton Family Foundation, working to create access to opportunity for people and communities by tackling tough social and environmental problems. More information is at waltonfamilyfoundation.org. And John D. and Catherine T.
We already had that checked out. Excuse me.
I'm Jen White. We're discussing the financial costs of caregiving.
Ontario.
She's a national correspondent
Right on,
at
Zone.
Advocacy. Also with us, Beth Pensker. She's a financial planning and
Hey,
retirement
thanks, bro.
columnist at MarketWatch. She's also
I was having a lot of luck with the pike. Well, first I'll tell you if you're still watching there, Zone, how I started making these glide baits. And I wanted a perch glide bait really bad because what was happening, I was out there fishing worm and bobber on and off. And it happened to me more than a couple times where I'd end up getting a perch on the line, fighting with him for a little bit, and then all of a sudden have a pike come up and eat the perch off of my line. I did manage to land the pike once, so it actually happened to me like 3 or 4 times, pike trying to steal him. And the one time it wasn't a perch, it was actually a rock bass. I had a good sized rock bass on my line. And a 24 to 28 inch pike came up and grabbed the rock bass. And anyhow, mostly it was happening with perch, so I'm thinking this springtime, if I have some good perch style glide baits to work with, I'll start hitting the pike right out the gate, especially with these big ones. This one here I actually messed up. In the building process, I messed it up, and I had to cut off some of the last section of it, so I decided to make it look like it was extra wounded in the finish there. So it's a wounded perch. Turned lemons into lemonade there. They got really good action, and I'm really excited about the design that I got going on here with them. A lot of different things, ways to fish with it, more than just cast and retrieve glide bait. I'm going to start making some smaller ones too, because these things are huge. Kind of starting big and then working my way down. Here, I'll show you another one. That's the last one I just finished that I'm most proud of. I'll show you this one too. Before that one, I'm really proud of this one too. This is my perfect perch. Didn't put any glitter on it. I kind of meant to when I was building it, but I like it. It just came out super smooth. Yeah, the body style. Paint job. And I haven't got the chance to cast this one out to test the action yet, but I have faith it's going to be pretty good. It's a very similar design to that other one. And last but not least, before I get back to work, just finished making this rainbow trout. And I just uploaded a video of the process. Building this one, not the whole process, basically right up to after the paint job. I didn't record the carving. I'm going to start recording more of the whole process from this point on of building these, but yeah, check it out. I just uploaded it this evening. Building this one. Super excited. Got this double feathered, two-tone feathered tail there. That's the best I could come up with. Not bad though for just using what I had on hand. Glitter in there. Anyhow, back to work.
Supposed to be a short-term thing that ended up having a lot of complications, and I ended up having to take over fully for her in her finances, and she was 76 and living a full life at that point. So when I had to go in there to her desk and see what bills needed to be paid, I wasn't yet the power of attorney on her accounts, and there was a past due bill for her long-term care insurance. It was $6,800 and some dollars, and they wanted it FedEx immediately, or else she was going to lose her policy, and that policy was our lifeline. So I couldn't let her lose that policy. So, 2 weeks or 3 weeks into my mom being sick, I had to cut a check out of my own account for that much money, which is not something, I typically have sitting around. So I had to pull money out of retirement savings in order to cover that check, which I knew eventually down the line would probably get reimbursed. I wasn't absolutely sure, but I was pretty sure. But, there you go. I have the time I spent figuring it out. I had to cut a check out of my own money and take it out of my retirement. And I had to go and FedEx the check. And then, 3-4 months later,
Some glue on
it came
it.
back to us regular mail, of all things.
Emily, when we look at the current landscape of financial support for caregivers in this country, what does that look like? Well, the current landscape does not look great, primarily because of the pullback at the federal level. You already mentioned the work requirements that are being implemented stricter work requirements for Medicaid, also for food benefits for SNAP. I mean, we're living through that now this month. People getting food benefits haven't received them yet because of the shutdown, but even before that, these work requirements are really impacting.
Hey, if you're watching the stream and you haven't already, drop a like, please. Hope you're having a good evening out there in the world, wherever you are. Many blessings and peace to you. Yesterday was my dog's 14th birthday. If you'd like to know.
So if you lose one, you lose the other. It's harder to apply for that. So it's like the tide is pulling away from a lot of these households, and it's a scary moment.
Beth, you argue that federal programs that offer financial support to caregivers weren't working all that well, even before the current administration. How so? It's just really hard to apply.
Just got done there.
They have really strict limits, especially Medicaid.
And before.
You know, to go through the red tape to do it, it usually requires a lawyer to fill out the paperwork. I talked to one lawyer, and the input system that they have to send them to, and this is in New York, so it's different in each state.
Failing.
In order to get a Medicaid application through, and that's just really difficult for a person.
My signal is failing, y'all. I'm sorry if I lose you.
Not everybody has the education and the
Thanks.
technology to do this sort of thing.
Thanks, J Trax. Welcome to the stream, bro. Appreciate the love. All right, let's get another another eyelid in here for the second hook.
Gentlemen, you mentioned how you're privileged to live in California, where your daughter can receive these state benefits. But what are you hearing from your friends who are caregiving in other states about what they're paying and maybe changing their notices?
Yeah, no, that's a really great question. I don't really know how they handle it. You know, you have to get on a waiting list for a voucher to get the kind of support that Millie gets. And, you know, I have friends who have, you know, adult children who need the kind of care that Millie has, who just are paying for it out of pocket. You know, if they have assets, that's great. If it's their retirement, that's where it's coming from. There's also just the problem of, like, the uncertainty, you know, that when your person is in a situation where people are really low paid, there's a lot of staff turnover, so you're not just worried about where the money is coming from, you're also worried about the care that your person is receiving.
Well, here's another message we received from one of you. I have a child with special needs who has some medical issues. He's now 19.
Too much to
Had
the
he been
left.
physically developing, I would have gone back to work when he reached school age. I've missed out on at least 12 years of employment outside of the home. And another of you writes, my younger brother dealt with our dad as he spiraled with dementia and Alzheimer's. It took a toll on his ability to work and hurt him because his job is commission-based.
These, I could ruin it all. Some of the weights inside. That's not good. It's pushing me off track.
The cost and the need for caregiving is paid by women a lot. Most of the time, the majority of caregivers are still women who
It might be all we can get.
going to part-time, leaving the workforce altogether, and that pullback does cost the economy in terms of talent loss, in terms of, you know, just people lost, and it costs you not just the lost income, you know, maybe if you quit your job, but your career progression for a lifetime is affected when you have to leave the workforce to care for a child, a disabled child, you know, an elderly relative, your parents.
Okay, we're going only that deep. That will be plenty. Keep it tight, put some super glue on it. No fish is gonna rip it out. No fish will rip it out.
For the educated women who, you know, are able to sort of manage everything, the care they need for their loved ones and work.
If you're not already subscribed to the channel, check it out. I got all kinds of various types of videos, all related to fishing. They're not just fishing. It's kind of like nature show / documentary of certain things that happen here in the area where I'm at, Michigan, on the Chippewa River mainly. Hopefully, I'll do it. Got some new joiners here to the stream. Welcome. We are building glide baits. I'm just installing the hardware on this one. Built this from scratch from just a chunk of wood, some scrap pine 2x4. Let's check that depth.
We have two really big generations on either side of us that we are caring for. And sometimes I'll add one more sandwich to you. It's a club sandwich. There are a lot of people out there caring for children, caring for their parents, and caring for their grandparents who are still alive, but their parents are now too old to take care of their parents. And so people my age really have it hard. And we have, digging into your retirement savings should be something that's the worst case scenario, last thing possibly that you do, because you can't replenish those funds the way you can other savings income. And we are the generation that doesn't have pensions. We're the first generation of the 401k only. And we didn't start early enough. And so Generation X is way behind the eight ball on retirement savings in ways that millennials and younger generations are not, because they got the benefit of auto enrollment and auto installation, which were two additions to the 401k system that came after my age group. Also Roth IRAs. So, when I was 20 and starting out in the workforce, I had none of those benefits. And so people my age who contributed to 401ks, if they did it at all, did it at the sort of barest bones rate of contribution. And we're behind now and getting squeezed.
Let's go back to our inbox. I am calling about my aunt who is turning 100 this year, lives in Tennessee. She has paid into long-term care insurance since she was in her 50s, now turning 100, and still she does not qualify for her insurance because she doesn't meet all of the markers. She's fortunate to still be of sound mind. However, she's losing her eyesight rapidly, and so she needs assistance with such things as cooking because she can't see to read recipes or measure. But because she does not meet the markers of being able to physically bring food to her mouth or being able to use the bathroom on her own,
Just put it in there dry. I'm going to take it back out. I just want to make sure it fits first before I put super glue on it. It fits. It fits. So we'll put a little super glue in the hole, and then we'll stick it back in there.
Long-term care insurance.
Ay.
Certain requirements before you can get that.
Things are pretty sided though.
That check I was talking about that I had to pay for my mom was because she hadn't been feeling well before her surgery, and she had let the paperwork lapse, so we didn't know. And she had gone 90 days without filing caregiver receipts, and therefore her claim went out of certification, and they wanted a premium in order to recertify.
Thirsty Thursdays. What's that called? Tourette's?
Then I had to recertify her claim. It was so much paperwork, it made me cry. I'm really good at paperwork. You can imagine I have a CFP. I passed every financial test that they have. And this paperwork was so tedious and so onerous that I literally cried every night when I came home and I had to face it. It's just, they make it really hard to use.
So any advice for Jamie?
One more. Bam. Nope, one more even after that.
On getting there on a bad day.
Nice.
You can't do any of those things. The activities of daily living that they measure are pretty standard things. They are, walking, going to the bathroom independently, feeding yourself. People people have good days and bad days, and you need to find a doctor who will see them on one of their bad days, because everybody has those days, and you know, you need to find a doctor who will work with you to help certify somebody in that position. Because somebody who's 100 who needs help and is going blind should be able to, you would think, find some way to qualify for that care.
We're discussing the financial costs of caregiving. We're here with personal finance expert Beth Pinsker, national correspondent at Axios Emily Peck, and Annalyn Rutherford, an anthropologist and caregiver for her disabled adult daughter. And we're here
That's good.
emails by in-laws assisted living activities. That's anything from
Get these other ones to the same stage.
doctor's appointment. My husband and I joke to our sons to just put us on an ice floe.
I already got the nose on that. This back is just a temporary holding. Yeah, Matt's Pyro Powerhouse. It is cold, bro. I'm getting used to it though. I just moved back to Michigan from Arizona. I got the thermal underwear on and a couple layers, jackets, some thick jeans, my boots, some thick socks, and something that I love doing, so that's enough to keep me out here. You need to get yourself a little heater. I do got a little heater, bro. It's on the floor right behind me, and I'm actually not running it right now. I just don't feel like I need it for some reason. I kind of getting used to the cold. I like to feel it a little bit. I want myself to feel the environment that I'm in. Just like before when I lived in the desert. 2 summers ago, I was in 115 degrees in southern Arizona for the summer times. Now I'm here in Michigan. It's getting cold. I'm getting used to it though. If I stay out here too long, I might kick the heater on though. What's that? It's Ashley Reed. If I'm reading that right. I love fishing. Can you send me a swim bait, please, or a buzz bait? I'd love to send you one, Ashley. Subscribe to my channel, and let's get a conversation going. Like, comment on one of my videos. This, not the live stream here, because I can't go back and read the comments here on the live stream. But if you go to my channel, comment on one of my videos. Mention about my baits that you would like to check out more of. I just posted a video today of one that I built. Maybe post a comment on that, and let's get a conversation going, and maybe I'll be able to get you one. I'd love to have you be my first customer for my new baits that I'm building here. I'm really excited about them. So anyhow, hopefully, we'll get that ball rolling. Next, let's do the tail first.
Let's get back to our conversation about the financial costs of caregiving. We're here with Emily Peck, national
I already got this one. I already got that one.
Financial planning and retirement columnist at Market Watch. She's also author of the new book, My Mother's Money, A Guide to Financial Caregiving. And Annalyn Rutherford. She's the author of the book, Beautiful Mystery, Living in a Wordless World. She's one of many caretakers for a disabled adult daughter, Millie. We got this email from Barbara who says, I'm not sure where people are coming up with the money to pay a caregiver to come into their homes around the clock. I have someone who comes in 3 days a week for 6 hours, and it's $144 a day. If I had them come in for 24 hours a day, it would be over $700 a day. My husband has Parkinson's, and he's had it for over 10 years and could live another 10 years. It is taking a toll on my mental health. Quite honestly, I don't see anything sign. Annalyn, again, as we've said, your 25-year-old daughter Millie will likely require 24/7 care for the rest of her life. What is planned for her future? Would love if you could hold it.
Yeah, so, as I said, I think it's just imperative. I really think that people in my position think a lot about what will happen after they die. I don't really think a lot about my retirement. I think about my death, and that's kind of the important financial issue for me. You know,
Sure
I'm
beats.
incredibly privileged. I'm lucky. I will probably be able to retire, but at the same time, this conversation is a great reminder of all the things that could happen to me. You know, what if I get like dementia, like my mother and my grandmother
Okay,
before
it's
her?
very good.
You know, what if all of my assets
Now we'll
are
put some
all
super glue on it and finish it off.
What if the stock market crashes at the same time as services are radically cut? You know, and I think the last caller just makes it clear. This is extremely expensive. You know, I have assets, but they'll be drained pretty quickly, right? So I think it's really important to underline, and I think we'll get to this, we'll get to the part where we're talking about suggestions for society, but the level of insecurity created by the way we handle care, it's like anyone, it's like you cannot have enough assets really to handle all of the things that become your way.
Well, Emily, not to put too fine a point on it, but as you said earlier, the U.S. population over 65 years of age grew nearly faster than the total population between 2010 and 2020, according to the last census. So when we're talking, that's not just about individuals or individual families providing financial resources to their families. How are resources from here keeping up with the pace of the country's...
Whenever I get close, sorry about the bad signal, y'all. Whenever I get close, it seems like it does that. But gonna finish that with some UV resin before it's all said and done.
We got this message from one of you. My son has autism and needed a special diet. That's where most of our money went. We put off fixing the house for way too long, among other things. I kept thinking, why doesn't our health insurance cover this? It's way more necessary to my son's health than a checkup. He's 25 now, has an apartment, pays taxes, drives his own car. I'm very proud of him. When offering financial advice around caregiving, how do you balance the personal finance piece with the structural realities of the country's healthcare system?
It can be really hard, and the thing that we get uncomfortable with mostly is it's the message to everybody is save, 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 and there's not a lot of psychology or planning around spending that money. And I think for a young person, when you have a long lifespan, it's incredibly difficult because you have to plan out for so long. When you're dealing with spending down assets for somebody who's older, and it's their money that you're talking about. So my mom and dad saved all their lives. They were teachers. They put away money very diligently. When it came time to spend that money, it made everybody really uncomfortable. But that's what the money was for. That money was so that they didn't have to suffer in their older years, that they could have the care that they needed. And the money was there for that. But it makes people uncomfortable to watch a pile of money dwindle. It's really psychologically like I think the time bomb is something in my book describes me. $15,000 of financial for somebody who's been with and 12 years. For my book, his mother lived, at that rate and spent this. She outlived
Good.
very nervous. And it's a very hard story to get through. And what her kids did at the end, because, they say, okay, well, the safety net is Medicaid. But this was a woman on the last, months of her life, and the facility that she was in did not take Medicaid. So the children would have had to apply and then move her somewhere. And they had a discussion, and they said, we don't know how much longer she's going to last, but moving her is really horrible. So, are we
That
going
long.
to agree that we're going to
That's
put
how
the
long.
money in, the $15,000?
Plenty long enough when it's good and tight in there with some super glue on it.
Ride this out.
Nothing's
And
gonna
that's
rip
the
it out.
decision they made, and she needed, a month and a
Just
day.
make sure it fits.
So these are real decisions that families have to come to because the safety net is there, but the safety net is hard to use.
Yeah, Elaine, if somebody understands personally what caregiving involves, what do you think the population needs?
Excuse-moi.
Actually help meet those needs.
I gonna be a little bit, maybe this will sound radical, but I feel like this population needs what our entire population needs, which is affordable healthcare, affordable education, and affordable housing approached as human rights. You know, if there was
Little tight,
that broader
little tight,
system,
little tight.
the cost of care would be different. The way we thought about care would be different. And I just think that
Sorry, I'm off camera. I'm trying not to get sawdust in my work area here.
This drive to accumulate, it's disgusting, but it's also really understandable given the precarity in which our society places people.
Well, that echoes this message we got from one of you. My father died this past winter. I helped and cared for him for the better part of 7 years. Once things got worse during his dementia, I had to manage his finances too. He owned multiple farms requiring a lot of business attention. I promised him he could remain in his home to his last breath and was able to make that happen. It's all been terribly tough, and yet I am fortunate he could afford his life. What about all those people who cannot financially manage the caregiving that people need? Loved ones deserve this, and society does very little to support caregiving situations. Beth, I'm curious to hear what you think about how we
Still might be a little tight.
think about
Almost could just like leave it in there without any super glue, probably. I don't like that idea though.
Now, the number one misconception that
It's not my style.
is that they think Medicare covers long-term care costs, and that is their financial plan for aging. You know, they think, okay, well, I'm going to run out of money, but if
Yeah, we're gonna have to.
Medicare will pay for it. Well, right now, Medicare doesn't pay for anything. It'll pay for a short-term stay in rehab, but it won't cover you past the statutory 100 days.
Just a little bit.
And most people turn to at that point is Medicaid, but Medicaid, as we said, is hard to qualify for. So there needs to be something in between. And one of the solutions that perennially gets brought up is adding long-term care to Medicare. Having Medicare and other insurance policies, private insurance policies, cover people for nursing home care or assisted living, and it's just not part of the program right now. And that would help the middle class of people who have too many assets to qualify for Medicaid but couldn't possibly handle the cost on their own.
We're speaking to Beth Hensker. She's a personal finance expert. Also with us, Emily Peck, national correspondent at Axios in Daniel Rutherford. She's an anthropologist and caregiver for her disabled adult daughter. Julie emails, my daughter works for a healthcare agency in North Carolina. She's really good at it, and all of her patients love her, but the pay is so low, she cannot afford to live independently. She knows her patients need people like her to help them at home, but she will be looking for another job soon. Emily, I want to come back to you because we were talking about the fact that the resources available for caregiving are not.
Anybody out there? Anybody watching? Say something. You just listen to the radio with me? Try to stay intellectual, y'all. Open-minded. Hearing what's going on out there. I don't know. I just like building fishing lures.
Very valuable, almost priceless care work for the nation's elderly and disabled. So the mismatch here is really extraordinary. This isn't really caregiving.
Okay.
Isn't a need
I know that's gonna fit.
can really meet on its own. We really need the public policy support that Beth was just talking about to sort of make it happen and to make everyone sort of come out of it okay. Particularly with people doing this work who are often underpaid. There was a talk
Conversation right now. Is there any
Super glue. Super glue.
We've got an aging population. We don't have a workforce that's able to meet the demand. People's budgets are being stretched more and more as inflation continues to rise. Does there seem to be any sense of urgency of those lawmakers?
No.
I don't think there's any sense of urgency among lawmakers right now. I mean, there are some pockets and some lawmakers who do definitely care about this stuff. And as I said last year, when the Biden administration
This
was
is still for
around,
too long.
and Harris was running for president, there was talk
One more.
of, minimum wages for caregivers and things like that. But this year, it's really not part of the
Stay there, bro.
conversation. It's really more along the
That's
lines of
good.
what you were talking about, Jen, really, about the care subsidies, soaring price of health insurance this year, I think is really shocking people.
Right. Got me up the wrong way though.
Things were all set for her to go into assisted living when COVID struck. They made sure she could stay home where it was safer and allowed retired nursing assistants to come into her home and care for her. They helped arrange a time card system and allowed me to write checks and reimburse me once a month. Beth and Ray and Boca, you are invested in not only discussing the difficulties associated with caregiving, but the joys too. I mean, Dan Lynn, what joys have you gotten from caregiving that feel priceless to you?
Well, my daughter's a remarkable person. You know, she's changed my life. Her caregivers are remarkable people. They are critically.
And around there's going to be a bead of some UV resin to see.
You know, when you list a number like.
Every time I get close to the camera, I lose the signal. I don't know how that works.
Are her caregivers worth it? Right? You know, it just seems really important to keep the right attitude about this. You know, Millie is part of a tiny population. There aren't many people like her. She consumes a disproportionate amount of our resources, right? But there's another tiny population in our society that consumes a disproportionate share of our resources, and they're called billionaires. And we justify it. We think they have unique talents and skills. They create jobs. They bring something new to people's lives. Well, my daughter also has unique talents and skills. She creates jobs. She supports 6 people. And she brings something new to the world. It's like, if we can justify Elon Musk making $1 trillion a year, I think we need to think again about how we think about the cost of care. So again, sorry to sound radical, but I just feel like it's really important for people to back up and think about what this conversation is about.
Okay, what do we got?
I'm was very careful with her finances. And the main thing caregiver was to live. I always thought that she was going to come back around and get better and start asking me for all the money and what I see. And so I was very careful to respect her and try to do right by her. And we were able to have conversations about it. And she was proud of what I was doing. She was proud of the help that I was able to give her. And it made her feel like she raised me right, that I was able to handle the task of taking care of her.
Next.
That made me feel good. And so we had a lot of nice moments when we would be doing a necessary task and doing it well. My mom was proud of me. And your mom being proud of you is literally the best feeling in the world.
Emily, just briefly, as we continue to watch these changes in the labor market and the economy, what are you watching around the cost of long-term care?
I'm watching that CPI number that you talked about at the beginning of our conversation to see how much more costs are going up, and I'm looking at the immigrant numbers as well to see how the supply of care workers is holding up.
Please continue on future 1A shows. You can always email us at 1a@wuanu.org. We've received She's a financial planning and retirement consultant. She's also author of the new book, My Mother's Money. She's president of the Better Brand Foundation for Anthropological Research and author of the book.
Anybody got a joke to tell? Strip pot, come on, give me some help. Someone once said, it's not like this guy is in a gunfight here. Come on.
Come to you from WANU, part of American University in Washington, distributed. And we'll talk again tomorrow.
I appreciate y'all hanging out, the two of you. again. Almost, not quite.
Support for NPR comes from the station.
Just a little trim. Just a little.
Radio, podcasts, film, television, theater, and more to bridge science and humanity.
Sorry, the stream keeps popping down, y'all. Down, y'all. This will be our last shot. If I see it go down again, I'm just gonna quit the stream. I gotta get a internet booster for out here in the garage.
WCMU, Central and Northern Michigan's NPR station, and a service of Central Michigan University. WCMU FM and HD Mount
That's
Pleasant.
fitting.
WCML FM and HD Alpena.
WCMB FM, Oscoda.
WWCN Standish Bay City.
WCMZ FM, Sault Ste. Marie.
WCMW FM and HD Harbor Springs.
WCNB FM, Cleveland, Traverse City.
Listen anytime at WCMU.org and on the WCMU app.
Coming up next is Native America Calling, which was recorded earlier today. Because this program is not being aired live, listener phone calls will not be taken during this broadcast. Thank you so much for listening. This is member-supported WCMU, and it's 10 o'clock.
Welcome to Native America Calling. I'm Sean Spruce. Some 10,000 artifacts, hundreds of years old, may have washed away from an archaeological site during the recent devastating storms in Alaska. The site has already been the source of hundreds of items preserved in a local Yupik museum. We'll learn more about what researchers know so far. We'll also find out about the theft of 1,000 baskets, masks, and carvings from a California museum. That's all coming up after the news.
This is National Native News. I'm Antonia Gonzalez. Current rules defining how the Colorado River is to be shared by 40 million residents in the West will soon expire. The 7 basin states had until Tuesday to negotiate those new guidelines. As KJZZ's Gabriel Pietrazio reports, no deal was struck.
States still cannot come to terms, leaving tribes lost in the shuffle. Daniel Cordalis is Navajo and runs the Native American Rights Fund's Tribal Water Institute. He believes the Bureau of Reclamation's deadline is arbitrary.
If it means anything, maybe the federal government's going to step in and start throwing some weight around.
When no reclamation nominee has been tapped to replace Trump's old pick, Ted Cook, beyond the bickering upper and lower basin states, there's 30 federally recognized tribes stuck in the middle of a decades-old debate on how best to divvy the water while keeping the ever-dwindling river flowing.
They have to try to come up with ideas that are doable and that will benefit the entire system, not just tribes. And I hope that none of that is compromised by the deadline coming and going.
For National Native News, I'm Gabriel Pietrazio.
Alaska Federation of Natives President Ben Malott and about 100 other tribal leaders were in Washington, D.C. last week and had a brief visit with Vice President J.D. Vance on Friday. Malott said it was a good step forward to be invited and is looking forward to more engagement next year. Vance gave a brief presentation on the potential for economic development in Indian country, including manufacturing. Principal Chief of the Cherokee Nation, Chuck Hoskin Jr. said it was good to hear the Vice President focus on things that could be done in Indian country. Months before a storm devastated parts of western Alaska, a federal agency canceled a grant that would have helped protect one of the communities from flooding. Yolna Nyden with the Alaska Desk has more on what that money could have done for the village of Kipna and what lies ahead for the community.
Rena Paul is the environmental director for the village of Kipna. Her house was one of many that was swept upriver during the historic storm last month.
We are so not ready. We are so not prepared.
Paul says the community now needs time to heal and rebuild. The remnants of Typhoon Halon devastated about a dozen villages.
There we go.
Before the storm, the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency canceled a $20 million grant that would have
That's the shape that I'm going for. That way, while the line is towing on it, this angle is going to be pushing down in the water like that. The leader clip can sit high in here, which will help hold it even down and keep it swimming down.
This was a chance for the federal government to finally show that they cared and that they were willing to invest in this small.
Tail, we're gonna do that later because I need to make a nice dressed treble hook for that, and I don't have the feathers I need for it or the treble hooks. It says that my package will get here on the 1st of next month, which is more than 2 weeks away. Maybe it'll show up sooner, who knows. It's got my treble hooks. I think I'm just going to wait all together because I like to do the tail first. Anyhow, yeah, I'm going to call it, y'all. Hey, thanks for hanging out. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, check out my videos. Maybe you'll like what you see. If you're into fishing, I got some different kind of activities going on too. Pretty soon I'm going to be doing a video tallying up all the fish that I caught this season. I haven't done that yet. Look and see how many of all different species of fish I managed to pull in. And the sizes. Anyhow, alright y'all, I'm getting tired, so appreciate you hanging out, whoever's been here all this time. And anyone else who's just popped in. Hopefully I'll see you again another time, another place. Take care, and thanks for watching.